in your local garden center, now that it's getting to be spring and into summer, that coleus is going to be present in all the garden centers. And it's very much a hot weather plant, but it has fall colors. So I thought that was very interesting. Like, we're all looking toward light, bright, airy type colors, but we have coleus, which of course they have chartreuse green too, as you can see here. It comes in a lot of different colorways. You'll have whites, greens, oranges. There's some really beautiful colors that come with coleus. But what I wanted to look forward to is not just using them for the summer months that are so hot, but let's talk about using them as indoor plants and then even pruning them into a tree form. So you've got a single stem with the tree form on top that you can keep all year, and of course into the winter when they'll look really beautiful with all of your holiday, fall, and winter decor. So I've got a really big one right here that, I mean, it's sitting in a pot, and you guys can see how really nice this looks just as by itself in a planter. And so this can be underneath a covered patio like I'm under right now. It can go inside. Just remember that if it's in the winter, you can't keep it outside. You have to pull it in just like you would any other plant that can't handle the winter months. But what I want to show you guys today is taking one of these larger plants and starting that tree form that we want to get to in the fall and winter. I've been seeing some photos online. I just think it's so inspirational and beautiful, so I wanted to try one here and just suggest it to you if it's something that you want to try at home as well. This larger plant comes with a bunch of stems underneath, and so what I'm going to do is to choose the one that has the most straight up stalk that kind of is starting that tree form that we want, and then we will prune it away from there. Now, if this is not in your budget and you don't want to buy a larger plant to start off with, you can always go with the smaller guys. It's going to take longer, but you know, some of you guys are into planting with seeds and things like that, and you know that it's just something that's going to take a little longer. So again, you want to choose a plant that has a single stalk that comes up that you can start to trim. I don't know if you guys can see for all the leaves, but there's this single stalk that starts here, and then we'll just trim away all the things around it so that you can start to create that tree form, almost like a bonsai. You kind of want to treat it almost like a bonsai tree. So I'm going to get started on this larger one. You guys want to do that on your own, you can. And what we're going to do here is I'm going to divide this one out, and I can see the one that I want to start with. It's this one right here. So I'm going to pull this one apart from the rest and maybe use this as its own arrangement in a pot like this, and then get my tree form started. So I'm going to start doing that now. I'm going to pull it apart, and then I'm still going to work in this pot because ultimately I want that tree form to come out of here and have that kind of topiary top on the top. All right, so you guys can see that I have this thicker stem right here in the center, and then I've got these kind of secondary ones coming off on the side. Those are the ones that are going to have to go. And as much as it pains us to do that, that's just what's going to have to happen. And then you can actually put this in water if you want to. You can put the ones that we're going to cut off. This one right here, I know, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Painful. So this guy can go in some water, and you can root it and make new plants if you so choose. But to get that tree form going, we have to make sure that we're pushing all of the nutrients and everything up toward the top of this and leaving that clean tree form, right? So we want to pull off all these little guys around the bottom just up to a certain point. I'm probably going to stop right about here, right? And that starts our little tree form. We could probably go a little higher with it, but I don't want it to look super naked. So I'm going to go ahead and plant it in here. This will be its new home. You can see how little roots there are. I mean, coleus grows super fast, and so the nursery was able to get these in a pot and sold before they really had much to them, but look how tall it is. So of course you can, you know, turn it whichever way is the best for viewing, wherever you have it sitting inside your house or outside. But you can definitely see that single stalk tree form starting here, and we'll start, you know, trimming it along the way as it grows. Now, if of course you guys know me in Spanish moss, if you want it to look a little more presentable while it's getting there, you can add your Spanish moss to the bottom. And the hope is, you know, right now this pot looks a little large and looks a little silly because this plant is so small. It looks great with that larger plant in it, but eventually this thing's going to get up and have this nice big top on it, and so it's going to look balanced within this planter. So we're going to add our Spanish moss to the top. We're going to keep it watered. I'm probably going to keep this one outside just for humidity purposes. It's so much easier for me to keep plants like this outside where the humidity is helping it a little bit. It likes the heat. It doesn't like that dry temperature controlled area inside as much. You definitely have to have a much closer eye on plants if you're keeping them inside with the heat and the cool that happens. It's kind of sucking the moisture out of the air more than it would if it's outside. So there it is. That's the start of our little coleus tree. And that's the beginning. I can't wait to show you guys what it looks like. I'm gonna take baby care of it. Come back later, I'll show you how it ends up.